Hey, it's Andre and it's time for a Friday flying update. And look at this, folks, the bench. Yes, if you watched my social media feed on Instagram earlier this week, you'll see my dad and I got together and in a span of 2 hours managed to put the bench together. Now, it's not 100% complete yet. I still need to work on the bottom shelf and figure out some of the power and electrical. But basically, you're looking at a 72-inch by 25.5-inch deep piece of bamboo countertop. Now, the most expensive part of the whole project, but I felt it was worth it, and frankly, this bench will probably outlive me. Underneath, we used 7 pieces of 2x4s, 4 locking casters to give it a total height of 40 inches, which means I can stand here very comfortably and work without feeling like I'm bending over or anything like that. So that's fantastic. Now, I can roll it back into its parking position, and eventually there will be a shelf. Up there will be the oscilloscope, a soldering station, and anything else I need to put up there. I'll be really focused on making the bottom of it very organized, and so I can park all my equipment and really have a good top deck to work off of. Probably going to pick up a new self-healing mat because this one has seen many moons, so it's looking a little beat up. So enough about the bench. Details and builds and everything will be coming along eventually. Let's talk about some of the stuff arrived. Now, from Banggood, several pieces of equipment showed up this week, including 2 brand new ESCs. These are 15 amp B-Heli brushless ESCs and a new motor. This is going to be on my setup. This is a 2204 2300 kV motor, so that's going to be a 3S power solution. So I've already got the little 3S connector on there. And I'm probably going to fly with either the 1000s or the 1300s, and probably going to spin it with a 5-inch prop. James's setup, on the other hand, uses the same ESC, and this is a Turnigy motor. They don't stock these anymore. It's an older one, but I use it on my 3D plane, the Fat Hawk, and it's got a prop saver, so that's kind of nice. Again, that's a 2204, but it's a 14T. James will probably use an 8-inch prop or 7, depending on the available space between the aileron controls. Again, 2S 500s. I'm going to move James over from the little or traditional 6-channel to the 9X from Turnigy, and that's because it'll be able to do the mixing and everything and get him used to a bigger remote, so he can move on to bigger planes as he goes. But I'm probably going to use as many 9X modules with him until he's ready to move to other style aircraft. Myself, from HobbyKing, this is the KS Servo, and this is an 8-channel receiver, AC810. It's about $10 or $11, but it is FR Sky compatible, so it will work with my Turnigy radio. So that's pretty neat. I can run it. It's about the same price as one of the Orange RX's 6 channels or 4-channel ones, but I don't need a module. The limiting factor they say on them is 800 meters. That's a little small depending on what you're doing. But for the wing, until I go FPV, that might actually work out. So, from Flite Test, obviously, is the Mini Arrow. Thank you, Flite Test. So we're going to build up 2 of these. Probably going to get into this weekend, maybe even this evening, because the weather is not looking too good. In fact, right now it is a huge blizzard outside, and tomorrow is supposed to be -30 with 20 km/h winds and basically a wind chill of -40. This guy wants to go flying because he hasn't been flying like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. So I might just take the Tundra out, slap a camera on it real quick, do a flight or 2 before I, succumb to frostbite, and then come back in. And hopefully James and I can sit down and start building these, because I'm looking forward to us flying together and just seeing how the specs and everything work out. The other thing that came in from my good buddy Martin, he printed off a brand new 180 size quad, so I'm going to pull the motors and everything off the first 3D printed project we did. These are my little 1306 motors, 2300 kV, spinning some 4-inch props. I'm going to transfer everything over. We're not sure how the motors are going to mount up, but they should be fine. And I may even get all crazy and start tightening up a lot of connectors and stuff and just getting this really small and tiny. Already, I know my power distribution board won't work, so I'm probably just going to build the harness right in and just connect everything so it's nice and simple. Again, 2S application because it's just such a simple, small quad. The other thing you're probably looking at is, yes, from Durafly, that is the Spitfire MK1a. This plane was on my wish list since, well, since they announced it, because as a Canadian, I have a soft spot for the Spitfire. So unfortunately, it didn't make it for Christmas, but Now it's here in my hands. I will have to order another FR Sky receiver for this guy, obviously, before I go and put it together, so it will wait. But I'm really excited about having this one in the fleet. I think the Warbird fleet is now complete because that's 4 Warbirds in a matter of a couple months. So basically, I don't think this thing will see the runway until at least April or May, until we lose all the snow. But now I have a legitimate reason to go out and get at least 6 4S batteries, 4S 2200s. Maybe I'll even try those graphene ones. And I'm probably going to pick up a 50 amp ESC for the Durafly P51 Mustang, and then all 3 of the Warbirds can basically function with the 4S setup. So it's just nice to have parity across. And frankly, if I fly 6 flights and run those packs down in one day, that's been a really good flying day. I also picked up from the local hobby store this stand. I had a gift certificate and figured this was perfect. And you know, this is where the Spitfire or any of the Warbirds or any planes with retracts will sit. So really looking forward to getting out and doing some flying this weekend. Hopefully the weather handles itself or improves. Sunday looks a lot better, but I still might try and get out on Saturday. The guys have really been pushing me to try some different angles on the wings and just capture some different style video and have some fun with that Tundra and all the other planes. So have yourself a fantastic weekend. If you're dealing with some of these temperatures like I am, stay warm, stay safe, but have fun flying. Thanks.